Hello and welcome to the YouTube channel, History and Art Secrets. Are you ready for a new journey in search of knowledge? Andrè Le Notre, Paris, March 12, 1613 Paris, September 15, 1700, was a French landscape architect, one of the leading figures of the Baroque era, and the creator of the French garden. He was born in Paris on March 12, 1613, into a family of gardeners in the service of the crown. His grandfather Pierre was gardener at the Tuileries Gardens, his father Jean having inherited the position. From childhood, he was immersed in the artistic and noble environment, frequenting the Tuileries construction site where he met painters, architects, and sculptors who developed in him a sensitivity to drawing, perspective, and spatial composition. At the age of 7, he became a student of the painter Simon Vouet, who taught him the art of drawing. He studied sculpture with Louis Le Rambert and architecture with François Mansart. These experiences gave him a unified vision, in which the garden was presented as a complex work of art, in dialogue with the architecture of the palace and the surrounding landscape. In 1635, he became gardener to Gaston of Orleans, brother of the king, and worked on the gardens of Saint Cloud and Luxembourg. His first major work was the park at Wattignies, designed in 1640 by Philippe de Kessel, where Le Notre experimented with angled perspectives, gradations of tree species, large marble vases, and theatres of greenery, marking the beginning of his fame and bringing him considerable income. The following years saw him establish himself as a designer of plans and flowerbeds for all the royal gardens. The creation of green spaces at Gagny, Maison, and Fontainebleau consolidated his renewal of landscape aesthetics. The project that made him famous was Vaux le Vicomte, 1656–1661, created for the superintendent Fouquet. Here he created articulated parterres, complex systems of fountains, groves, and inverted vistas, creating a design of extraordinary modernity that influenced aristocratic taste throughout Europe. In 1661, he entered the service of Louis XIV for the gardens of Versailles. He began in 1662 and continued until 1687, planning monumental perspective axes, grand avenues, fountains, and water theatres. He worked on the Tuileries, tracing the axis that would inspire the future Champs-Élysées, and on the gardens of Sceaux. He oversaw prestigious projects outside Paris: Greenwich for Charles II of England in 1662, Chantilly for the Grand Condé, and Saint-Germain-en-Laye. He designed bridges, such as the one over the Seine between Saint-Germain and the heart of Paris. In 1675, he received the nobility and the Cross of Saint-Michel, followed in 1681 by that of Saint Lazare. In 1670, he traveled to Rome to observe Italian fountains and gardens. There, he met Bernini and the French Academy, attracting the attention of Pope Innocent XI, who proposed that he design the papal gardens, but he declined. Until 1693, he continued to design for private individuals and foreign courts: Windsor for William III, Charlottenburg, and Kassel. He retired to the Tuileries Palace, where he lived until 1700, adopting his grandchildren after the premature death of his 3 children. He died at 87 in 1700, leaving a fortune estimated at 1 million francs and one of the richest art collections in Europe. His tomb was desecrated during the Revolution, and only his bust remains today. It was Dézallier d'Argenville who published the Théorie et pratique du jardinage in 1709, consolidating the model of the French garden created by Le Notre. Hundreds of his designs remain, from Versailles to Chantilly, from Sceaux to Meudon, as well as villas and secondary residences. Le Notre's garden, today, is synonymous with grandeur and rationality, a landscape in which every plant and architectural element contributes to enhancing order and monumentality. If you enjoyed this video story, please like it, share it on your social media, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Hello and welcome to